All right, I said to start the show that there is something happening this year that hasn't happened only one time in the history of Cleveland sports, and here's what that is. With the Guardians punching their playoff ticket yesterday, that means that within a 12-month span, the Browns, the Cavs, and the Guardians will all play in the postseason. That's only happened one other time. That was in 1995. Are we taking this time in Cleveland sports for granted? Or does all of that mean nothing if they don't cash it in with a ring?
No, I do think it's something to cherish because it doesn't happen very often, particularly in a town like this. Baseball payrolls matter, and obviously we know where the Guardians spend on that. Now, there are a lot of small market teams that win, but the point is, for all three teams to be good at the same time is very rare. And the graphic that they had up earlier is a big reason why. How many times can you point to all three teams and have a superstar on each team? A bona fide, legitimate superstar on each team. Myles Garrett is the best at what he does in the NFL. Jose Ramirez is in the MVP conversation every single year. Donovan Mitchell, probably not a top 5, 7, 8 player. He's a top 15 player, 15 to 20 player. To have an elite playmaker on every team is a big reason why. And that has, I don't know if that's ever happened in Cleveland, to where you have three superstars, one on each team at the top of their game all at the same time.
Yeah, I can't remember a time.
Yeah. I mean, 95, obviously the Indians were terrific.
Right.
The Browns, but I don't know if they had a superstar. In 16,
when the Browns or when the Cavs and the Indians were doing their thing,
the Browns were a disaster.
Browns were winning a game.
Yeah. Right. And I think it's also stability, right? There's reason to believe that all these teams will be good for at least a few years. Now, things change in a hurry, so who knows?
Sure.
And all three are legit contenders. I would argue the Cavs are least likely to win a championship, but I know, Jason, you've said, hey, I think they can win a championship, especially as the NBA comes more wide open. And the fact that the baseball and now, to some degree, the NBA are more wide open leaves the possibility. We know the Browns have one of, or at least we think the Browns have one of, if not the best defense in the league. So all three teams have a good shot, not only to, they've all made the playoffs this year, not only to have success in the playoffs going forward, but do it for a number of years, which is a big deal.
There's been years where we've just been, both have been just trash. Like, think about going back to like 2010 or something, man. Like, after LeBron left, it was terrible. The Browns were like garbage. I mean, we're drafting players, like we had quarterbacks that was high school kids, and just like it was nasty work all over. And there was times where I couldn't even find a game on TV where no Cleveland team was on a national televised game. It was just like they were put into some dark zone void where they forgot about you. Now, I think we're living in a sort of a renaissance time where each team is good. There's good ball players. There's name brand recognition, and all of them are advancing and going to the playoffs. So I think it is something that we kind of understated.
Yeah, and I don't think we should, we shouldn't take it for granted. Ultimately, yes, if you don't win a championship, there's some level of disappointment in the season. Yeah. I think with the Guardians in particular, this was so unexpected that we've enjoyed the ride, but expectations change. If they lose it in their first series, everybody's going to be angry again.
I think sports fans live in the moment, and it's hard to live in a collective 12-month moment.
Sure.
Like, I bet most Cleveland sports fans, when they heard that just now, probably had to stop and go, wow, that's true, we have.
Yeah.
The Cavs, the Browns, and the Guardians are going to play playoff games within a 12-month span. But I don't think any of us are running around saying, we've conquered it all, we're kings of the world.
Sure, no.
And so ultimately, you need the cherry on top. You've got a really nice cake right now. But somebody's got to close the deal with a championship.
Especially since it's been, since what, the 50s for the
40s.
40s.
76 years.
40s for the Guardians and neverness for the Browns. Like, that's the thing that hangs over all our heads.
But you have legitimate reason to look forward to every season.
Yeah.
And that's encouraging.
That we can honestly say is a very rare occurrence in Cleveland. Now, obviously, 2016 was a banner year. The Guardians came within a run of winning a World Series, which I think the world would have stopped spinning if the Cavs and the Guardians had won championships for the city of Cleveland, the Indians, in a span of 4 months.
Yeah,
I don't.
We'd have went crazy.
National media wouldn't know what to do with themselves. Wait, we got to go to Cleveland again for a parade? What's going on? But I do really think I'm more excited now that I look at the Guardians and I see the way they're constructed, and I never would have looked at this roster and said, yeah, they can do it. But this is a legitimate World Series contender.
Absolutely.
Particularly when you look at how the Rangers got things done last year, the Braves a couple of years ago. This could end with a parade down East 9th, which blows my mind. But if you are watching us and you are hearing this, don't take it for granted. Don't, because it's here now. But that, like you said, Bull, there's no guarantee that this is going to stay long term. And so enjoy it while you can.
Well, I think about when I moved here in 2011. The Guardians had gotten off to a good start that season, but then completely cratered, and they were terrible. The Browns were terrible.
Yeah.
The Cavs were terrible. All three teams were
and you
terrible.
ask yourself, what have I done?
Yeah.
It's worked out okay.
Yeah.
Mike wants to make a point.
I had more of a question for you guys. Of the three teams right now, who would you be least surprised if they were to end the it's only a couple of years, less than a decade championship drought, but
It's easy.
The Guardians.
Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians.
It's the
despite
Guardians.
the fact that they've
Are you asking who's most likely to win?
Yeah, it's the Guardians.
Okay.
You
I
really
was
think it's the
confused.
Guardians?
He asked it in reverse. He said, who would you be least likely to see win?
I think it's the Guardians.
it's the Guardians.
Baseball, he just said it. The Rangers, like, they won it last year, and some would argue that the Rangers aren't even as talented as the Guardians this year. So, you know.
Well, no, I mean, they
I don't
had.
know about
The
that.
Rangers peaked at the right time. They had a great team. They didn't lose a road game in the playoffs.
And they had great starting
Blows my
pitching
mind.
last year. All those guys just got hurt this
They
year.
did.
But you said year to year.
Yeah.
Year to year in baseball.
Our starting pitchers got hurt too and underperformed, and here we are.
Yeah.
How they've stitched together this pitching staff, I got to
It's
tell you,
unbelievable.
if they did give a front office award in Major League Baseball, it's
They
a
should
slam
name it.
dunk. They should name it the
The
Guardian
Cleveland
Award.
Guardians Award.
Because it really is. It's mind-blowing
Yeah.
what they have done with the amount of dollars they have.
Yeah.
They have
And if
all
only they had
overachieved.
spent a little more money.
I do too. Now, if they had an owner award, we wouldn't
Yeah.
be in the running.
Yeah.
But in terms of front office and what they do with what they have, nobody comes close. Not just in baseball, I would argue in sports.
2 minutes on the Guardians real quick. They clinched yesterday. Sets them up now to potentially clinch the division. Could it be as early as tonight?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
It's
as
3 is
division
the
winners.
number.
We talked about it in the YouTube version of Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, which, by the way, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1 a.m. to p.m. on YouTube. How surprised are you guys that this season has unfolded the way it did? We got 2 minutes around the horn. Do you ever foresee this being the eventual outcome in at least the regular season for the Guards?
Not being in contention for the one. I'm not blown away that they made the playoffs. I'm blown away that they are absolutely in contention for the overall 1 seed.
But if we would have told you Shane Bieber got hurt in the first week and they made the playoffs, you wouldn't have believed that. Nobody
No,
would have had that.
Probably not, Bull.
So, I mean,
Probably not.
I remember in that prediction that we played in the beginning of the show before, I said they'll win between 75 and 85 games. And that's what I thought. And considering how much of a mess the starting rotation's been, it's remarkable. There's no way anybody could have predicted that they'd win 90-plus games and how they did it.
Bull, to your point, when Bieber went out, 5th game of the year, whatever it was, I literally got a pit feeling in my stomach, and I literally verbalized, our season's over.
Right.
Our season is over in the second week. And it's anything but.
I would have never thought any of them. Playoffs, division, wild card, none of the above letter D. And they came out and did what they needed to do.
I thought wild card was possible. I never thought
Even
we
after
could say,
Bieber, though?
Well, preseason.
Yeah,
preseason.
yeah.
I thought
Right, but there's no way you thought they were going to win 90-plus games. Yeah.
No, not when and we haven't even talked. Tristan McKenzie, Gavin Williams, all these guys you were counting on.
Yeah.
Von Allen. Yeah.
It looked like a 70-win team, and it's going to be a 90-win team.
It is amazing the way they put this pitching staff together.